What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
How is it that the American Negro, who for so long has been a second-class citizen in the United
still
States...
Still is, I'm sorry.
Well, how is it that he's contributed so much to American culture?
Well...
Music, dance, everything you can think of.
Well, I have to be very modest about that. I would say certainly as we look at the African peoples in Nigeria, for example, I just got a wonderful invitation to go to Nigeria to be present at the installation at the Governor General Ezekwe, an old friend, who now, and I had to cable him. I'm in Australia. I certainly would like to be with you, but I'm out here with some good folks. But I'll get to Nigeria later.
Mr. Robeson, do you feel that Africa is to some extent an affinity for it, a home, or do you still feel America is essentially your home? How do you feel?
Well, let me come here. I'll come to that in just a second. But to come back to it, so I would say the Africans and the American Negroes have turned out to be an extraordinarily gifted people. The great tragedy is that by not making us full-class citizens as yet in America, they may be losing, I don't know how much yet. And to come back, I would say that unquestionably, I am an American, born there. My father slaved there. Upon the backs of my people was developed the primary wealth of America. The primary wealth. You have to have accumulated wealth to start, to build. You did it another way here in Australia. You had to build your accumulated wealth too. You just came and took it. You know what I mean? And that's what they did in most of the countries. That's what you Europeans did. You just took it. We got to catch up with you a little bit.
Okay.
And so in America. So there's a lot of America that belongs to me yet. You understand? But just like a Scottish American is proud of being from Scotland, I'm proud for being African. Now in our school books, they tried to tell me that all Africans were savages till I got to London and found most of the Africans I knew were going to Oxford and Cambridge and doing very well. And learn their culture.
Did he say in the school books they was teaching them that Africans were savages? What a time. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's just like, I can only imagine the amount of wordplay they had in there, the photos they had in there.
Time, huh?
During that, exactly. Because right now, for us, and not now, but in the time period, it was always imagery. For us, it was like television and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Those late nights and whatnots. But for them, it was actually in the school system.
Yeah, right. So this is during the 1960s.
1960s.
Obviously, 1960s. This is before the Civil Rights Act. Just to hear him speak of us as second-class citizens and how I'm so happy that we are so far removed from that time. Yeah. Although we still deal with things, but we all on paper equally on paper a little bit. But just to hear him speak of us like that, and just how he said that he's African, nobody can take that away from him. And now we hear, the younger generation is like, no, I'm American first, which I understand in a way, because we are multi-generational African Americans here. But it's just interesting to see how during the 1960s, before we received our full rights as citizens, before we were first class citizens, right? How that generation held on to who they were. But this generation now, it's changing.
Right. I mean, because you got to think about it, they rode down the hill. Everything was being stripped. Like, think about rolling down the hill, your car keys popping out, your shoe coming off, you got a scrape on your arm, and then you finally get there, your clothes all messed up, and everybody down there looking at you like, bro, you look a mess.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
Where I just came from was crazy, bro.
Right.
And as they start to narrow out their path, they're now learning everything that, they're learning out here, but they got to remember where they came from. And
they was going through it then.
Yeah, they was going through it.
Yeah.
And that was more of a comfortable era.
We're very comfortable.
If I must say, because there's not no real pull and take. I think now everything is more politics. It's not much of how the attack was at one point in life. Now it's more so much, if I can say. And if there's anybody who thinks differently, like something else they want to add to it, please put that in the comment section. But for me, I think it's like more politics in this era right now for us.
Yeah. And then this is during the time were we even called African Americans then? I think it changed in like the 80s when we started being called African Americans, since we were still Negroes at this point in time. It's interesting to me.
It is.
It really is. It's like
it is.
He's speaking from a personal experience. We always speak on our people marched for this, our people lost their lives for this, got lynched for this, all of this. But here's a person who went through this, and he's still speaking on his heritage
because he lived it.
Right, being proud of being Americans. We're very proud of being Americans.
100%.
But during this era, he was proud of having African descent too.
Yeah. Confidently too.
Yeah.
100%. Mm-hmm.
And even once somebody had the temerity, after one had conquered the Chinese people and imposed upon them the opium trade and everything else, to suggest that they were a backward people, just the people who had been civilized so long over the rest of you folks didn't make any sense at all. So somewhere it was wonderful to find about the colored peoples of the world that they were very advanced. So I would say today that I'm an American who is infinitely prouder to be of African descent, no question about it. No question about it. I'm an Afro-American, and I don't use the word American ever loosely again.
Now, this was the feeling. This was the feeling.
That's right.
That when you're in London about 1937, 38, you really had the world at your feet. Then, I mean, you're a tremendous success. You were recognised all over the world, and yet you went back to America. Was this was the feeling that took you back?
I felt I had to go back to my people. That's right. The going was tough, and today I can go back. I just had my passport renewed. I could go back to pretty tough times now. But any time I could get a telegram next week that the Negro people had gathered somewhere in one of their conferences, as they could, and say, Paul, in the difficulties that are going on in America, would you come back and help us? I would take the plane as soon as I finished my engagements.
All right, we're gonna stop right there, man. Yeah, bro, very confident, man. Like I like debates like this, and I feel like it's not even a debate, but for them, they're gonna go back and forth and try to get answers, and he's gonna go back and forth with them and state his statements.
Right. Thank y'all for sending this clip in, but I mean, I want to see the full.
It's them short-lived clips that just keep us on the edge, bro. It's like, why?
We don't know what we're reacting to until we get to that video.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just him at the end when he said he'll never use American loosely again.
Yeah.
We fought for that. We deserve that.
Yeah.
As Sierra that I am now, I could never imagine myself saying I'm a second-class citizen. You know how people time and place for everything.
Oh, we was labeled.
Yeah, time and place for everything. I wasn't able to survive that time. They knew what era to put me in. I'm second class. What?
Man, yo.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us.
Facts.
Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.